All right, so let's get started with our warm-ups. Start with a real simple, arms up, butt your head, circle. Every time. You should join in. You should stand up and join in. Every time the circle gets bigger, I mean, you're here, and bigger and bigger. Don't worry about going fast. Just worry about getting a good rotation, smooth.
Terrible. Turn my heat on. That's not fun.
You're ridiculous.
We tried to turn our heat on, it's making some weird noises, so we turned it back off.
Other way.
Check into that.
Time is smaller.
Yeah,
Smaller.
Yes.
Smaller. Hands here. Big circle. Big circles. Our elbows, again, we're not going fast. Just get our shoulders as loose as possible. Remember, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. So slow is fast. Every way. Yeah, arms down a little bit.
Seats and the steering wheel, and I can remote start, so I'll show you both. Let's start off.
Take it the other way.
I want to look at it, I was like, I need all-wheel drive, I need steering wheel. That's all I really want. I put everything else.
Head back. Head forward. Head up. Look over your left shoulder. Got to get a good stretch there. Look over the other shoulder. Head straight. Feet together, hands on your hips. Big circle. Just drove less than back. My hips are killing me.
Are you getting squirmers?
Basically, yeah. Kind of.
Other way.
I think I already did. Oh, like the actual free game? I know it's $10 cheaper right now. On the way.
Very good. One leg flat, other leg up on the toes. Circle the ankles. Remember, this is a circle, not back and forth like Elvis. You can Google Elvis later and see who that was.
She's probably cold.
You can Google Elvis later. Switch feet.
Presley? That one? All right, just check.
Nick wasn't even showing.
No, I was making sure which one.
I was listening to a podcast today, and they made a reference to Les Nessman. And I go, I know that 90% of the people listening to any podcast does not know who Les Nessman was.
I can't say that I do. It sounds.
I don't.
God is my witness, I thought turkey could fly is the funniest thing that was ever on television.
It was a TV show called WKRP in Cincinnati. And it was early 80s, and it was, you know, this little rinky-dink radio station. Comedy hijinks ensued. But one of the episodes was that they wanted to give out free turkeys for Thanksgiving. Well, what they did was they dropped them out of an airplane because they thought turkeys could fly. But instead, they just bombed Cincinnati with turkey bombs. It's a funny show. It still stands up.
Yep.
Everywhere. Okay, so dynamic leg stretches. Right leg forward, left leg back. Hands up. Take your back leg, keep it straight. This is not a kick, this is a stretch. So lock your knee, not won't hurt you though. And on my count, go up, go down. Each time we go up, it goes a little bit higher. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And switch sides. Now left side forward. Yeah. Or whichever it was. Yeah, left side forward. Right side back. Same exact thing. Start low, go high. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now, same movement, but we're going to go to the side like a side kick now. So stand up straight and to the side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, excellent. I said 9. German for stop. So we're stopped. 9. That one still cracks me up every time I do it. All right, so now, scorpion stretch. So, we're going to be here. We're going to bounce ourselves one leg. Let's go with the right leg the first time. Our left leg, same thing as the dynamic stretch forward, except we're going to go back. You remember this one? Okay, all right.
You might want to rotate a little bit.
So make sure you're not going to kick the pedal or
Just the
the
side.
pet or whatever.
Head shake
So,
the side.
so we're here. So start low. 1. Try not to bend your knee. It's hard. Try. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That time it was actually the number 9, not German stop. All right. All right, so who remembers the form? Man, you do. All right, so that's the only one. All right. A little disheartening, but no. So let's review the form really quick. So this is metal element. This is the modern version, basically saying Brown's take on really easy or simple self-defense moves or just general moves we put together. But it's not really exactly the same as the traditional firearms. So we'll start this way. Right side forward, bow. Here's salute. Right side forward. Finger strike. Outside block. Finger strike the second one to the front level. Come up. Bear kick. Pull it in. Step down behind you, and then I'm turning. That's in left. And the portrait this way. So, I'm going to cross step. That comes up. Foot kick. Step down. Stomp. Stomp. That's just a way to practice the self-defense stomp. Go from fortress to dragon. That is the sequence. And you can do it opposite side. You can do it a bunch of times in a row. Just like any singy form, you can just keep on doing it. Okay. Let's do it again. Bow. Foot. Here. Finger strike. Outside block. Finger strike. Bear kick. Step it down here. Foot kick. Stomp, stomp. Dragon. All right. Third and last. So here. Bow. Foot. Here. Finger strike. Outside block. Finger strike. Bear kick. Step it in. Foot kick. Stomp, stomp. And here. Excellent. So let's move on.
Basic techniques for modern metal element. So we've got our form for a modern metal element, but also we need to worry about technique. So the basic technique for blocking is called an outside block. So we can start in our horse stance, hands here. I know usually I said don't do this, but in this case a little bit different. Hands here, and we're going to outside block this way. then back. This way and back. Think of it, it comes in across the middle of your body. That's why I like these buttons. Shows my center, the middle. Over to the other opposite arm, up and out, then back. Up, out, back, up, out, back, out, back, out, and back, out, and back. We call that an outside block because moves that go and end, moving towards the middle of your body, towards my buttons here, that's an inside move. If it goes away from that, that's an outside move, right? So this would be an inside block, that's an outside block. So here, 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 that's your outside block. Now, one of the big moves we do in the metal element form is the finger strike. That goes about eye level here. We're going to do it from our dragon stance. Finger strike. Right there. You can put your fingers out if you're going more for this area. Put your fingers together if you're going more for this area. Power is not important on this one. Speed and accuracy, like actually hitting your target, that's the really important thing on this move. Right there. Sometimes we will turn our hips just to get better range. You don't have to though, it could be a quick move. All right. Our hook kick, that's a big one in metal element. So we're here, we step behind, leg come up, and hook. Up and hook. We're doing our rear cross step, so this leg steps behind, then we shift all of our weight to that leg, come up, hook. Behind, up, hook. Behind, up, hook. It's really good for covering distance. Now also, as far as our bases go, we have our foot stomp. That's pretty simple technique, but it's very important. Now when you do a foot stomp, don't just think of it like you're slapping your foot. Think of it like you're pushing. You're pushing your foot, but we're going to push it down. Now if you do this on a person, the target you want is the top of the foot, right here. Alright? But if you're really serious in a self-defense situation, try not to put your foot flat or straight out, turn it. So that way there's a better chance you're going to hit somewhere on their foot. Right? Another basic technique, or a technique that we have in metal element modern, is that we transition stances, right? We go from a fortress to a dragon. Now, the big thing about that, what you'll see is my feet and my legs really change position. I'm a fairly wide horse stance here, in a fortress stance. Then this back foot has to kind of turn the foot, point it this way, move the foot up, and then the hand that was here has to go down, and the hand that was down has to come up. And then I change the position of my body. When I was in fortress, my shoulders were pointing this way. Now in dragon, they're pointing kind of mostly to the corner, but a little bit forward. So from here to here. So that's your basic moves in the form. All these modern forms, modern metal, modern wood, modern water, modern fire, modern earth, they all have basic techniques that you'll be learning along the way. Alright, modern 5 elements metal. We're going to start with metal as the first in the series of 5. It's metal, water, wood, fire, and earth. You'll see the self-defense technique in metal is a foot stomp, which we'll talk about that later, but you'll see it a few times in the form. So, since this is a modern form, after we bow and salute, we'll step out and start with our left foot forward. So we will bow, salute. Now we'll do it from this angle, then we'll switch angles in a little bit. So we're here, we're starting our dragon stance, also known as a San Ti. Alright, now from here we finger strike, then outside block with the right. Now we're going to finger strike with the left, but this is going to be closed fingers. First one, the fingers are spread out, aiming kind of high, top of the head level, not going to say eyes, but you know, eyes. And the second one goes to this area. Okay, so let's do that again. So we bow and salute. I'm going to start right side forward actually. So finger strike, come back to your San T, your dragon stance, outside block, finger strike throat, back to San T. Now let's start that over, but from a different angle. So now we're looking this way, same thing, first little section, bow, salute, right side forward, finger strike, outside block, finger strike, here. Now we'll go other side. So bow, salute, right side forward, finger strike, eye level, back, outside block, back, finger strike, throat level. Now when we're practicing this in the form, and we do it segmented, or we do it sequentially. So that's to say, finger strike, then outside block. If you think of this as a real life application, like in a self-defense situation, you could do that at the same time. Matter of fact, in traditional Xing Yi, that's one of the big moves or techniques, is to do things simultaneously, punch and block at the same time. So that's just for practice, the sequential motion, in real life, same time. So let's do it again. So bow, salute, here, finger strike, outside block, finger strike. Now we're going to add a new move. So from here, your right foot's going to pick up, shift your weight onto your back leg. Up, bear kick. Set it down into a fortress stance. Now you'll see that a lot better from a different angle. So bow, salute, right side forward, finger strike, outside block, finger strike, throat level. Right leg picks up, shift your weight, bear kick, bring it in, step it down, now we're in our fortress. Now same thing from the other side. Bow, salute, right side forward, finger strike, outside block, finger strike, bear kick. Some schools call that a mule kick. Fortress, here. So when we're doing that, make sure that you flow from one move to the other. Try not to stall in between them once you get the motions down. So bow, salute, here. Finger strike, outside block, finger strike, bear kick, fortress. Now from here we're going to add a new move. So I'm going to take my right foot and do a rear cross step. And as I do that, my left foot is going to come up. I'm going to put my weight on my back leg. So this is going to be our hook kick that we'll go over in the techniques, or have gone over in the techniques. Come up and bend. Step back down in a fortress. So if you see that from a different angle, finger strike, outside block, finger strike, bear kick, fortress, hook kick, fortress. Now again, from the other angle. Oh, this other angle. Here. Finger strike, eye level, outside block, finger strike throat. Pull it in, bear kick, fortress, step behind. See? And as you do that, then just raise up, and bend, and land. All right? Now, from there, we're going to add in the foot stomp. We will cover this more in the self-defense sections, but this is kind of just a little practice, or a little way to put it into your routine to practice. So bow, salute, here, finger strike, outside block, finger strike, bear kick, fortress, hook kick, stomp, back foot. And by back foot, we mean whichever way you're facing, that leg is forward foot or front foot. The other leg is back foot. So stomp with that one, then stomp with the forward foot. Then switch from your fortress back to your dragon. And that ends the form. All right, now let's do that again from another angle. So we bow, salute, outside forward, finger strike, outside block, finger strike, bear kick, set it down, we're in fortress, hook kick, stomp, stomp, from fortress to dragon stance. Other angle. I don't know why I keep facing that way when I say other angle, but I totally am. So bow, salute, here, finger strike, outside block, finger strike, bear kick, land in our fortress, hook kick, stomp, stomp, go from there to your dragon stance. It's okay to adjust your foot if needed. And I actually not only bring it in, I'll turn the orientation of it. So now it's pointing that way, then turn it here, okay? So let's do that one more time from this angle, the entire form. Okay. Salute, outside forward, finger strike, outside block, finger strike, bear kick, hook kick, stomp, stomp, go from fortress to dragon stance. Now, one last time, this time without instruction. So if you were following along at home, see if you can do it without trying to listen to any instructions. Just do it in your own flow. Bow and salute. That is first of 5 elements modern. Although it is in a circle, so who knows where it begins and ends, but that's what I choose to call first. The 8 pieces of brocade is a type of Qigong exercise. Qi meaning breath or energy, Gong meaning work or pursuit. So it's breath work, breathing exercises. Now, these first exercises we're going to do, there is a group of 8 of them. Traditionally, the 8 pieces of brocade. Anybody who's taken my classes before, you know me, I don't always do things traditionally. So usually I just teach about 7 from those, and I teach the 8th one, instead of being the traditional 8th one from the 8 pieces of brocade, I take another breathing exercise from a different set called the Live Dead Animals. So that's what we'll be doing today. So the first exercise we'll be doing, I've seen several names for it. I always call it reach for the sky. So we can put our feet out about shoulder width apart, interlock your hands, put them up over your head. So you're going to breathe in to get started. Then you're going to breathe out, stretch up, come up on your toes, stretch as high as you can as you're breathing out. And breathe in and relax. Breathe out, push up. Breathe in, relax. Breathe out, push up. Breathe in, relax. Breathe out, push up. Breathe in, relax. That traditionally was the first of the 8 pieces of brocade as I was taught. The second of the 8 pieces of brocade as I was taught is going to be pretty similar, except what we're going to do is one arm is going to be up here, other arm is down. You're going to push the heavens and push the earth. So you breathe in, just get started. Breathe out, push down and push up, come up on your toes at the same time. Breathe in. Now from here we can switch, hold the ball, Then go out and breathe out. Breathe in, switch, hold the ball, breathe out. Breathe in, switch, hold the ball, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Do that as many times as you need. You don't have to switch between each direction of the set. You can instead just breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and breathe in. And then you can switch, do a couple more on that side. The third in the 8 pieces of brocade, as I was taught them, what we're going to do is start with our hands on our lower back, almost like the kidney area. You're going to take your left foot kind of pointed out to the angle. Then you're going to take your right foot, step it behind. Then you're going to breathe in and breathe out. Every time you breathe out, you're going to twist, almost like you're trying to pop your back, but don't really focus on that. So breathe out. Remember breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. In, out. And we switch. Right foot goes out, pointing at the angle. Left foot pointing at that angle. Both hands on the lower back. So breathe in. And when we turn, we're even going to look over the shoulder for extra effect. Breathe out. The next of the 8 pieces of brocade, as I was taught them, has the name of Cure 10,000 Diseases. In the Chinese, from my understanding, 10,000 doesn't mean the number 10,000 necessarily. It could also mean infinite, so cure infinite diseases. So the way I always teach it is we put our hands together, right hand is going for a switch over, grab your left wrist, then we'll look over your left side, and I'm going to pull down on my left shoulder with my right hand, this pulling motion. But as I do that, I'm going to turn my body, look over my left shoulder, and breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Now I'm going to switch, go the other side, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. One last time, breathe out. Now, I'm just doing those a few times for training purposes. Do those as many or as less as you like. The next in the 8 pieces of brocade, as I teach it and as I was trained and as I understand it, we're going to step out. Think of this almost like a horse stance. Hands on your hips. Going to breathe in. Slowly go down and out. Straighten out that back leg as you do it. Breathe in and breathe out. Now we can add our arms into it. Breathe in and stretch. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. And repeat. the next in the 8 pieces of brocade, the archer's position or archer's pose. You can do this a couple different ways. I've seen it done a variety. So, got a pretty self-explanatory name. Pretend like you have a bow and arrow. So we're going to breathe in, breathe out, pull your bow back. Breathe in and switch. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Now we're doing this in a horse stance right now, but as we do it, we can turn it into a bow stance even. And even the opposite direction. Or back to the horse. When you do these, always find what is best for you, what's most comfortable for you, and what gives you the best results. Now, in the next one, I always called it stomping dragon. For the reason there's a lot of dragon names in my school. But I think the traditional Chinese is something like stomping and punching with intent in the distance. A very complicated name like that. So, we're going to get in our horse stance, or something similar, whatever you can do. Arms up. We're going to do a circular motion. I always think of it as a block, but it doesn't have to be. So we're going to breathe in, breathe out. With a punch, you could do it with a push if you like. Breathe in, breathe out. 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 That is not a combat application, so do not get caught up in proper form of combat like that unless you're specifically trying to maintain a certain type of training. Now, the final technique in the way I teach 8 pieces brocade is not actually from the 8 pieces brocade. Instead, what I teach is actually from the live dead animals. And that's a whole nother can of worms to explain that. But just the simple Qigong that I really like from it. I think it does really well, so I always incorporated it into the 8 pieces brocade. So, this is dead bear. Hands here. So we're going to breathe in. Now, when you bring your left leg up, think of it like you're one of those old G.I. Joe action figures that your top can turn separate from your lower half. So left leg comes out, steps, arms come up, and down. And relax the back, let your arms hang. Right leg comes up, around, down, and again. Up, turn, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. That is dead bear.